Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I have some fun things to share with you today. Today is the first day of my Coffee with Candy for March. So this is something that I determined to do early this year. Actually, when I was coming home from my Christmas in Hong Kong with our son, I was at an airport and thought, I think this would be kind of fun to do. I kind of played around with Coffee with Candy at 2 p.m. Facebook Live, and I thought it would be cool to do this once a month. And each time I do it, it is for 5 days. It's Monday through Friday. So it's, hang on, let's see. Am I on? Okay, just making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. Let's see. Facebook Live. Candy is on Facebook Live. Okay. I got to click here so I can see comments. It's not. Okay, give me a minute to see if I'm having technical difficulties. It says I'm live. It's, okay. Oh yeah, okay, we're there. Okay, so today, Coffee with Candy for March is all going to be kind of Easter and spring projects. So today, I already teased you a little bit and told you that we would be doing a fun fold, and I'm doing this cross fun fold card. And this is a great way to celebrate the reason for the season with regard to Easter. And but I have several versions of this to show you. And I'm using, let's see if I can find the dies. Yeah, let me grab this real quick. This is the bundle I'm using for Candy's Card Club this month. And this is Scalloped Wishes. So I was originally going to use this for Candy's Card Club in March, and it went on back order. It's supposed to be available again March the 23rd. So I was confident I could use it for my April Card Club. Well, I'm using the flowers and the branches for my Fun Fold Easter card. And I've got a couple of versions of it. And here's the stamps that are part of the bundle, which I'm not using for this project, but just to kind of show you. And so this one is kind of bright, and this is also using the paper from this month's Candy's Card Club. This one is kind of neutrals, and again, I've pulled in He Is Risen. This is actually from the Faith Collection. This is a bundle that's an online exclusive. The dies have been on back order for a while. You can still get the stamps. The dies are coming back in, but I grabbed the stamps. It doesn't have a Happy Easter. I love this saying right here. But I just used the simple He Is Risen. And then I have plenty of room right in here to write my message. So this is kind of my neutrals. This is my bright. Now hold the bus here. I've got a really bold one here. This one's kind of busy, but I kind of like it. So this one is using the Easter Joy Designer Series paper, and using the reason to celebrate stamps with my Happy Easter there. So let's put this together. Now remember, when I do Coffee with Candy, I do give you a inspiration sheet. So I haven't put the photo in here yet because I'm going to make the card today that I'm putting in the photo. But this will be available for all of my email subscribers. So let's see. I'm going to go with crumb cake, and I'm going to go with a wood Designer Series paper. And I put this in here to just show you how I like to do a lot of my color schemes. So let's pull out all the pieces. Now, the other thing is, if you place a $50 order by next weekend, I will give you one each of all the projects, the pieces for the projects that I'm making this week. So that is another little extra bonus for you with Coffee with Candy. So there's my base. I am going to put, this is from the, well, you know, the wood one. The wood one that's in the annual catalog. Now, I have two different options I can do. I can either go this way, but I think my original plan, because then I'm going to add these guys here. Hey, Melissa, welcome, welcome. My original plan was to do really, really faint, really pale light for these bits, and then make the cross center here really dark. And I see I am missing a piece. The best laid plans. Yeah, I'm missing a piece, which I'm going to have to go cut. Okay, so there, and then I'm putting these down. I don't know. What do I want? Do I want the dark or do I want the light in the center? Thankfully, I have my measurements right here. So I'm going to cut a piece of 3 3/4 by 1 1/4 for my crumb cake. Okay, here we go. So I don't have my crossbar, and that's what I'm going to need to cut. So okay, so you like that one, Melissa? Thank you. I think that was my original thought, and I think I'm going to go with it. So let's go ahead and put these pieces down, and this is where I'm pulling my color scheme. I'm using the crumb cake here. I'm using Old Olive for my branches, and I'm using Timid Tiger and Petal Pink for my flowers. It has been a while, Melissa. I haven't seen you in forever. So thank you for joining me today. So like I said, all week, or Monday through Friday, I will be here at 2 p.m. for Coffee with Candy, and we're doing all spring, Eastery, springy projects. And I have a combination of 3D projects and fun fold card projects, and I think you'll enjoy what I'm bringing. And my intention is to inspire you for spring stamping and to empower you with tutorials and measurements so that you don't have to mess with all of that. You can just have the fun part. Now, this little piece here is what I'm going to put over here for writing. And I am a big fan of seal. I know a lot of people love the green glue. It is not my favorite. I use it when I need to. I recognize it's an excellent product. It's just challenging sometimes for me to get it where I want it. Okay, now we're going to put this dark piece right here. And I need to cut my little cross bar for the cross element. Here we go. And my crossbar is 3 3/4 by 1 1/4, and that is, grab this, 1 1/4 right here by 3 3/4. Boy, that doesn't look straight. Whew, that needs a little help. I think I grabbed something that needs a new blade. 1 1/4. Oh yeah, that's wonky. By 3 3/4. That is not straight at all. Let's see if this is. Let's start here at 3 3/4. Let's see if. Oh yeah, that's better. 3 3/4 by 1 1/4, and I'm just creating the crossbar for the cross that I neglected to prep ahead of time. And then I'm going to bring a layer for this, and I'm doing that with this piece of Designer Series paper. So this is 3 3/4. So I need this to be 3 1/2. 3 1/2 here. And 1 1/4 here. 3 1/2 here. And 1 1/4 here. Okay, now we're back on track. Okay, now we are back to putting this cross together. And I think that's the one I need. Okay, so now we are going to assemble, there we go, the cross. And I've got a couple of different options for the greeting. I do like to keep it really simple. Well now. Wow. Okay, Candy. You know what? Am I supposed to be using this one? I've cut something incorrectly. Okay. We're going to just go with it, and we're going to trim this up a little bit so that it's even. And I will make sure that the PDF is correct because it's so far been a comedy of errors. Just a little tiny smidge right there. Okay, so now let's put our cross like so. And you can see on the other ones that I did, I brought it all the way to the edge. And here I brought it all the way to the edge. And on this one, it's all the way to the edge. So I couldn't remember which way I was supposed to do it. So it's nice to have those other samples handy, because see how that would just give me too much of that crumb cake edging. So that's going to go there. Now we are ready to decorate with our flowers and our branches, leaves. Now, these are really small dies, and let me show you. So this one, thankfully, you get 2, and then you have this little branch. But they're pretty small, and that is a lot of green glue. So I brought in this little guy here. I don't know if you have these. I highly recommend them. When you buy this, it'll last you a long time, this package. So this is adhesive sheet, and I have put that on these die cuts before I ran them, so that now they will effectively be little mini stickers, and that is going to make my life a whole lot easier. I do recommend that you put the branches down first, all the little leaves, and these are a bit of a, this is a little bit of a labor of love with all these little tiny die cuts. However, I think the effect is really worth it. And it is an Easter card. So for me, I'm like, yeah, that I will. This is a reason for the season Easter card. I would send this to any of my faith friends, and I feel like that is well worth. It's a pretty big celebration, so I feel like I can do a pretty big effort on my project. So now I'm going to do the 2 sides, and then lastly do the one at the top. And again, these are the dies from Scalloped Wishes, which is my feature for Candy's Card Club this month. And I just think they're really, really beautiful. I think the star of the show with Scalloped Wishes is the big scalloped ovals. But the little accompanying dies, I think, are really, really special in their own right. And that's going to give me a perfect spot right there for my flower. And I opted this one to do flowers in 2 different colors. The other samples that I did, I used just 1 color. And when I give you the tutorial for this, I am going to give it to you with this one because it's my demonstration card. Thank you. So this is what the, there's that beautiful scalloped oval. I mean, they're just beautiful. I mean, that would honestly be really pretty too right there. We're putting together some things for Candy's Card Club. Okay, so I think I have flowers in Timid Tiger and Petal Pink. Kind of still going with these warm wood colors. And I think I'm going to do a Timid Tiger here in the center. And again, I have used the adhesive sheet to just make life a lot simpler because I'm not having glue going everywhere. That is just perfect. And then I am going to, I think I'm going to put these, I'm going to do Timid Tiger going all the way down the center of the cross. Oh, I think I needed one more. I'll do this a little bit different. There and here, and then I will do the, nope, we're going to change that up. We're going to do this here. I just realized I want it to be a certain, I need my colors to be a little bit symmetrical, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go here with that Petal Pink one right up there. And then I'm going to bring Petal Pink down here, or sorry, I'm going to bring that one here. And then I'm going to bring Petal Pink down here. See how quick and easy that is? I don't have glue splodging everywhere. I'm not getting it on my fingers. It's just right there. Now, I do want to use these little guys. And interestingly enough, this is what was included in Candy's Card Club for my March kit. So my Card Club members are getting these this month. And these are the iridescent foil gems, and they just have a little bit of sheen, which I'm wanting this to have that kind of natural look with all the wood. And I felt like this would probably be just the ticket, but I think I'm going to use the largest here in the center. Oh yeah. And this is kind of just that soft, natural look with all that wood and with these warm colored flowers. And the old olive branches. Let's see, one more here. Okay, I'm liking it. Now, I have a couple of options for my greeting. This one didn't make it for one of my other projects, and this is Lemon Lime Twist. It's kind of bright, not my intention. So, but it looks pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead with my original plan, and that is the old olive, bringing in more of this. Now, I could bring it down here. Not what I did on my others. On my others, I did it here. I kind of like it. Yeah, this kind of looks like the ground, but I don't know. I kind of like this. I like it where it says it right there. So I'm going to just grab Mossy Meadow because I don't want to go tone on tone. I want to make sure that my greeting really is visible, that you can clearly see it. So just as a reminder, as people are coming on later, that this is Coffee with Candy. I'll be here Monday through Friday this week, and free tutorials will be given to all my email subscribers. So you want to make sure you're on my list. And if you place a $50 order, by the end of the week, I'm going to give you one each of all of the project of each of the projects so you can make your own. And of course, everything is die cut. Everything is scored for you and ready to go. And then you can use your own designer. Well, no, your designer paper would be here. You would have this. So you'll have this wood on the one that you get. And I will show you once again. Maybe I kind of like that. I think they're all, I don't think it's a huge difference. Wherever you put it, I think it's pretty good. So I think for this one, I'm going to pop it right here by that little flower, but I'm going to bring it all the way to the edge of the designer paper so that it goes from crumb cake to old olive. So there we have it. There is our display or our demonstration card for today, and really nice way to celebrate the reason for the season. Here are my other samples. This one with very traditional gold and white. This one, which is bright and cheery, and this uses the paper and the dies from Candy's Card Club for the April kit, featuring scalloped wishes. And then this is kind of my wild card. It's a little busy, but I like it. And this one is really, really maximizing that Easter joy paper. Dolores, thank you so much. I'm glad you like these. So make sure that you are subscribed to my emails, and you will get everything laid out for you with your measurements and everything to make this card. Now, this is the one I'm going to give you as far as the project if you place an order. And these are my other samples just to show you different ways to do it. So I'm glad you like it, Melissa, and the placement of that little tag actually kind of forms a little, you can open it either way. But it's just a simple fun fold that makes a lot of sense. I don't like fun folds that I have to figure out, like, how do you open it? So I feel like this one is very intuitive because when you pull it out of an envelope, it kind of naturally falls open. So that is it for today. I will be back here tomorrow at 2 o'clock for another edition of Coffee with Candy, the Easter series. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and God bless.